Good morning, Mr. Maestro, simply. Or simply, 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 David. Yes, David, will not. David, Lynch. It's January 16th, already more than 15 days of this. January 2025, and it's Tuesday in Naples. Today, dancing into the cloudy. White cloud is constant and two swimmers of strength once it's reafter pratically. Noon and 40, noon and 40, 43, 51, 85 and 11 Celsius. And this means that this is really cold like in this period. In fact, this factor holds classic adjective which was for with appears in first four words suggestivo as rappresenta non remember piccolo body watching io se poi need I'm sure for I see that remember this thing for example that's also the measurements my purpose the fact that we watching to watching io se no perhaps a paradox but not for me and I didn't investment lavorish also for the spring and the summer fa quello spring di ore su si agiti soft lo for the summer che agiti hot su as un das su si che classica agiti as regarding the case for me questo è una figura così, absolutamente incompresa. Fact, but it's cold, obviously, mentre in winter feels cold, so it's cold in particular in the last days and the week, it's really cold. At the same time, that's one method I follow, but 2 points of this method, inspired by this method, the one more method is such a threat where thanks to these 2 points I follow since years, these 2 points are cold showers if not freezing, whereas let closing a few suppose, as possible, where thanks to these 2 points I will start for the cold, since some years but this I feel literacy in other people. So thanks to this aspect, but also from another aspect, on a general point of view, considering the case effect, apart from last year and the past years, I don't remember. A first part of winter like this is so considering the tempo of the aspects, the fact that the threat of the cold, thanks to 2 points and the grease in general, where for me the temperature is good, however the condition, situation, the things is or are good, and then also for people feel the same sensations, cioè per me, but this well it is really think not because it's practically impossible, because you sample think of cold shower is impossible, general people do hot showers, so this is mentioned them, still the matter way, absolutely, I can say the same thing, just for the results, it's better, it's the same, it's for briefly, some other things on this. Mingeri referendum think at the temperature from this. I repeat as just before. 51 Fahrenheit, 11 Celsius. But important thing is the atmosphere, it's anticipated. But before we read this. Listen, there is a routine. I'm repeating it's not when there is a routine. I think you should see. Most perfect, in fact, resta supposare. In fact, it's not as I repeat totally what the club in there. So calling what I read in general. For other things, I think this could be more cloudy, also more dark, and also better. Could in fact have from answer. That's what I know. So don't mention the Twitter. Sì, mi inizio che sta con screen today perché bella. Maximum translate. Over video col window. E non che routine sono since about the two, ma this is a new in quote because obviously we are in fact them have it since more than 2 years since I'm about the two and also is a visual presentation always not visible no sorry always visible near the way and so for me better visible instantly in the shot this one is me a Jenny shot. La serie di conosciuta questi pianeta è not visible, not in general visible, lo significa che se mi metti di pensare in chat, lo significa che si metti in general. And finally, from memory to clever in GX, scanning 14, PG, 65, lo significa che si muove in general. E beh, questi molti people, proprio lasciando di persone, e se le chiede che tu eri, lo so come parli, ma esiste memoria, lo so di myself. Russell Busquets, and finally I hope you will get breakfast. Today it's late general. I think slightly late for my hours. Fact and see late for my hours. But the boy important is that it's free for the record. I reaction is man necessary. It was a certain fucking breakfast of Fenton as film believed. Restart to it at Fenton and part of the effetto su yesterday. Ma other things few weeks ago passed on anniversary. In fact, 1 year anniversary. Fact December 1963. So I think that the record is a record. Fact December 1963. So it's a record. Whereas we repeat. Close. As you record. Slightly late, secondo me, si fa capire just rolling quote, just rolling. Non 43. Not any important thing that should see memories yet in some way. Also today, fortunately, so I'm really young. And as we always say, breakfast is always a most il sangue si fa absolutely. And since a few years, I don't know, shut up. Biscuits, my favorites, as it is here, so. In fact, this is the Palm breakfast. In particular, I recommend the Palm cereals. They are fantastic. So as needs milk, so it's a shot, not only can see coffee, neat top, also the squeak chocolate. Nicolas' breakfast, always a bomb, but in particular, this one is a mega bomb. So I repeat, truly recommend this Palm cereals. They are superb. Lo stesso che si prima già ne shot. Else tomorrow, I suppose, if I don't die. In fact, not until tomorrow, ma molto quello che l'Appen, ma ora, sì.